All right, so we're gonna do a little, I guess, session that's a bit more relaxed and us just talking. We are trying to improve our storytelling. Also, I know this is not the best angle or lighting. I'm sure it's really dark, but the mountain outside was really cool. But right now, we're trying to improve our storytelling, and I feel like the structure of the challenge is not very good. So right now, it's kind of like we're trying to do just one day, every single day, one story, just talk to the camera. No structure, no real structure, no real like improvement progression. And I think we're gonna need a little bit of help from our best friend these days, ChatGPT. So let's try to start a new one actually. I was using like an old chat. I know you guys can't see it, but I'll read it out loud. Like right now we just finished our mastering camera confidence thing like a while back now at this point. It's been maybe 60 days. We still need to make a main channel video for that. But we're comfortable on camera. Like we can be on camera anywhere, at any place, as long as we're not like being a nuisance to anyone else or like doing it in an inappropriate time. As long as, we're not recording ourselves during those moments, we're fine. So I'm glad about that, but at the same time, I know that the way that, like, if I want to express an idea or tell a story, the way that I'm doing it, it's not the best. It's not like, in my mind, it's not good. It's just me blabbering. So I really, really want to improve my skills with storytelling. I guess I can just type all of that into ChatGPT really quick. I really want to improve my storytelling skills. I am doing an off-the-cuff style where I just talk to the camera for about 5 minutes or so about the story. I want to improve in a 30-day challenge type of fashion. Can you help me with this? I need to be a bit more specific because I did type in something similar the last time and it gave me this whole structure that I didn't really. I'll just try it. Let's just see what happens first. We can always readjust it afterwards. So sounds like a great way to build your storytelling skills. I'll create a structured 30-day challenge for you with a different storytelling focus each day. Some days will focus on structure, while others will focus on delivery. Would you like a mix of personal anecdotes, fictional stories, and retelling existing stories, or do you want to focus on one type? I'm just going to be telling my life stories. I actually like the way ChatGPT is making it sound, like focusing on different structures like the 3 acts and hero's journey, because I've been thinking about those things and how like I can try to implement them, but I'm not familiar with it enough to the point where I could just like do it off the cuff. I'd have to like really focus on it. And I think that's sort of what's messing me up as well, is that I'm really focusing more on my skill to deliver instead of when I was doing mastering camera confidence. It was just hit record and then just talk and don't worry about anything else. Just be yourself, right? And that's what I'm doing right now with the camera. And it feels so much more comfortable when I'm telling a story, and I want it to sound good and I'm judging myself and trying to give myself feedback. I feel like so much more pressure and stress from it. It's not like that much more. It's not like, oh, I can't do this, but it's definitely to a point where I feel like it's not as comfortable and I can't just do it automatically. I have to like really try and think. And it makes me not want to post sometimes with the like performances I did today. For instance, today I met a famous indie game developer accidentally, something like that. And then I basically redid that story a second time, but like my pathway was so like, oh, like there's so much going on. There's construction. And I went through streets that I never went through before, so I was like kind of lost at the same time. And all of that in combination made the second time like worse in some ways. And I was trying to frame it in like a lesson fashion. Like I want to talk about how like the worst piece of advice that I've been given is like never talk about your goals, right? That's like the advice I've heard before. Like just don't talk about your goals. But I think it's bad advice, so I wanted to structure the story around why I think that's bad advice. But and I think in theory all of it seemed like it could have worked, but I just didn't perform well enough. That's basically it. And I know the more I do this, the more it'll become natural for me to perform a certain way, to think about certain cues, think about certain structures. Like I'll get better at it for sure by just doing it a lot, but I do need guidance, and I do want to structure this challenge of me improving a bit more than just like, yeah, just do it once every day for 30 days. I'll probably do it way more than 30 days, but I like calling these 30-day challenges because 30 it's just a good number for challenges. Okay, got it. I'll structure the challenge to help you craft engaging, memorable, and well-paced personal stories. Each day will focus on a specific aspect, like setting the scene, building tension, or adding humor, so you can refine different storytelling skills. Do you want a simple way to remember each day's focus, like a short phrase or keyword? I'll just say sure. Sure. I like what you said earlier about focusing on different structures and deliveries. Same with the new specific aspects. How can you help me structure, or I'm just going to say, can you help me structure the 30 days? We're basically going to start all over. Or maybe not start all over, but just like, I haven't been keeping track of the days. I think this one's going to be a bit looser. I feel like I'm already recording myself nearly every single day, so I don't have to keep track of it. And as long as I include a story of myself, or as long as I tell a story while I'm filming myself, like we're keeping to the challenge. I just have to like always look at this guide that ChatGPT is giving me. Okay, it says, here's a structured 30-day storytelling challenge for you. Each day has a keyword or short phrase to keep it simple. Okay, so week 1, foundations. Engaging openings and clarity. Once upon a time, start strong with an engaging hook. Once upon a time. Is that really a good hook? Okay. Who, where, when. Set the scene clearly. The why that matters. Establish why the story is worth telling. Simple yet vivid. Use simple words but vivid details. Emotion first. Focus on conveying a strong feeling. Pace yourself. Control pacing. Slow down key moments and speed up transitions. Okay, I can see that. This is actually really cool. I like this. I like this. So this feels way better than the first time when I was inputting like what I want to do. So yeah, this time around I like it. So it's just giving me basically a different structure or a different thing to focus on in my storytelling for each week, for each day actually, for all 30 days. Um, start strong with an engaging hook. Yeah, okay. So basically now I need to find a story in my life that fits like the prompt that they give me and then tell it to the best of my ability. If anything, this will help me like recall some interesting moments in my life and be able to tell it. So I really like this. So we'll definitely do this. I do want to show. No, it's fine. I'll just like write down what the prompt was in the description of the video for each challenge. And I probably won't do what I'm doing right now, which is like talking about storytelling right after the video ends. Um, like I just like break off character and then I just start talking about like the storytelling challenge. I probably won't do that anymore. I'll just try to make each one its own video, and we'll have like videos like this where we talk about the challenge. But I really believe that if I can get better with this, um, well, I will get better with this. It's just gonna take some practice. But as more time passes, the more practice I get, the better I get at this. This and combined with like me being comfortable on camera and just being able to record every day with no edits and all that stuff, like while also performing well on the camera and not needing edits, like that in combination is gonna make my ability to create videos and just express myself so much better. And I think that's gonna be very helpful for like YouTube in general. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, but also because I think when I was younger, I think high school, college, around that time, after college especially, I was like, I really like the idea of storytelling. I like expression in general. That's why I do YouTube, just expressing myself, sharing things, and like being able to do that in a well structured, cohesive, concise, and strong way is seriously something I really, really want. So that's one of the big reasons why I'm doing this challenge. And despite being tired, um, why I'm recording this video, like I want to make sure I have an actually good guide and structure to follow while I'm doing the challenge, rather than just busting out the camera and hitting record and just flailing around like I have been doing so far for each story. Um, so yeah, I mean, this thing really only has like one thing, so it's like it's not very specific, and I feel like it's a bit more on the like novelty, kind of gimmicky, fun side of things of the challenge rather than it actually helping me. But I think along the way, if I focus on different things, I will see what I like to focus on, what clicks with me. So it is kind of like a way to discover things as well. But if I think if I were to actually really, really, really be focusing on this, I would like do like some reading or studying or whatever of like storytelling and trying to figure out like different things in my head before I start. But like I'm gonna just go like I don't know why, but the phrase Wild West comes up in my head. Like I'll just go Wild West and just like go crazy. No real true like research studying techniques or whatever, but just like looking at ChatGPT's single sentence, like let's see here, the list. Okay, day 11, the list. Tell a story by listing events like 3 lessons I learned. Okay, that's a very simple one. I've done that plenty of times, but like just by going just by doing such random things all the time with these stories, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, despite it not being probably not the optimal way to do this, but I think it'll be fun. Okay, that's pretty much all I wanted to convey in this video is like, let's have a real structure of how to do this challenge instead of just doing one every day like I did for camera camera confidence. Oh man, okay, that's good. I definitely feel like I was getting slightly overwhelmed by recording myself so much, um, while trying to improve it. Like while I was recording myself for camera confidence and I was just recording for fun, for no direction really, just doing it because I enjoyed it, because I felt like it was part of the routine, right? It was so easy and simple, but like now that I'm actually trying to improve like what I'm saying and the flow of what I'm saying, it definitely feels way more like overwhelming in a sense. Like I have to think about so much more and I'm like judging myself so much more. It's like that feeling of judging myself, and also it brings up it makes it easier for me to feel more sensitive towards the judgment that others are also, um, giving me, I guess, or just to say it simply, it makes me fear judgment from others a bit more. It makes me feel it a bit more. And it's something that I did not expect would happen. like me judging myself, therefore, like judgment from others is even higher in a way. Um, like for camera confidence, for sure. Like I definitely felt that. But the more I did it, the more I was like, okay, it just begins to feel so natural that I don't worry about it anymore. So I'm hoping the same process will happen as I tell these stories, and I can just stay natural and stay comfortable and happy and good. Um, I mean, it depends on what the story is, but yeah, okay. That is basically it. I think I have gotten all my thoughts out at this point, and I just need to perform. Oh man, I hope the microphone wasn't too bad. It was facing that way, but today was also a very cloudy day. Um, and whenever I record on cloudy days, I don't feel it as much as sunny days. I feel so good when it's sunny outside and I'm like filming. It's like this extra boost in like all my stats when the sun is out, or when it's snowing. Actually, no. When it's snowing, it's almost as if like if it were Pokemon and I got cast, somebody cast confusion on me, and now I'm just like so distracted by how nice it looks that I can't focus on what I'm saying. But it's so interesting, all this learning about like myself and learning about how well I can perform for certain things on camera, and like how I can express myself better and all that stuff. I'm like, this is definitely one of the most interesting things that I've come across, and like that I've learned that I really enjoy. Like I made a whole video about how like I've been doing YouTube for 7 years, and I finally discovered like something I really like. It's just like it's like a challenge worth doing, a challenge that stimulates me at the same time, brings me joy, but at the same time brings me slight distress and makes me want to try harder because of that distress. Um, it's a good positive negative in general feedback loop, I think, um, and I think I'm managing it pretty well overall. One thing I will eventually improve on is ending the video. Like I just I need to work on that. Like I think I might have a week, a 7 day challenge where I just try to close a video strongly, and then just move on from there, because I feel like I just love talking continuously. And whenever I feel like I need to end, I'm like, oh wait, there's like so much more that I want to say. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It just means I need to like have thought of everything that I needed to say and like fit it into like before I say, oh yeah, I think that's everything, or fit it into like before I actually close off the video and then start talking more, um, which causes me to never close off the video. So I'll work on that. I'll work on that. Okay, that's it for this one. Catch you guys in the next one.